I've had a really long day, and I was gonna vlog while I was out, but by the time I left, I was really grumpy, and I just wanted to get home, and I hurt, and it was rainy, and yucky, and foggy, and yeah, last thing I really wanted to do was vlog at that point. So, anyway, so I get up this morning, I don't know, 7:45, I think I got up. My alarm went off. So I got up, and I had everything ready the night before and got dressed, so I could just throw my stuff on, grab the bag, and go out the door. And then I wake up, and then we have nothing to eat for breakfast. I think I ate a can of cream-style corn. Okay? Because it's, the end of the month before I get the money to get my food, so yeah, that's what I had for breakfast. So I go all the way there, and I had to go to the library too, and I got there early, so I went to the library first, and I dropped off my picture to be displayed before, and I get there to go in to vote, and it's not there. I'm like, oh, what now? Because, I am like the poster child for Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will. And I said they didn't hang it up because it didn't have a frame. Nowhere on that sheet did it say it needed a frame. If it needed a frame, then I would have only done an 8x10 and brought it in a frame. I don't have an 11x14 frame. So I told them, they can poke holes in the side or whatever. It's just a paper photocopy from Staples that cost me $1.80. So I left my number and everything like that, and they want to ask the librarian and stuff. So I took out a few movies. I got, what did I get? Oh, I've been wanting to watch this lately, and it came into my mind even more when Natasha Richardson died, because I found out that she was Vanessa Redgrave's daughter. So came a lot. I haven't seen that since high school. I think I watched it in junior or senior year music class, and I haven't watched this forever. And I adore Richard Harris, and I miss him, So I gotta watch this. I got this, and I got the Born Ultimatum, which I haven't seen yet, and I figured since they had it there, I'll rewatch The Supremacy. They didn't have The Identity, but it's been a long time since I watched those, but that one I saw a couple times, so I can remember. And I also got the second season of Criminal Minds, which I've already seen the whole thing, but I want to see the special features. So I grabbed that, and niftiness we've got here, the Berlitz New Basic German, which Berlitz is supposed to be pretty good. So it's better than just my learn German 10 minutes a day, which is good, but I need more comprehensive. And this is the beginning one, and they also have an intermediate, so I'll play around with that. It's like 6 discs in a book, so play with that. And so anyway, so when I got home, Mom said that they had called, well, at one point when I woke up later, that the library called and they did get my piece hung up, which is nice, but now that leaves me at a few-day disadvantage for voting, which I don't expect to win anyway, but it still puts me at a disadvantage. There were some really pretty pieces there, though, but I have to go in on Monday, so I'll check it out then. So anyway, I walked next door to where the testing place was, and I had to get in this really tiny elevator with like 6 people, and I had to go to the 8th floor, so it was the last one off. And so I go, and I was early. I'm always early. But they actually took me early. I was only out there a couple of minutes. And so it took me in, and it was actually the doctor who, the hand specialist that I saw in the first place. And I had to get the EMG done this morning, which I think I said it in the last video, but I don't think I said it in this one. A little confusion, but it's the electromyogram or whatever for carpal tunnel and cubital tunnel. And so they do like this muscle stimulation part first, and then they do a needle thingy. So the nerve muscle whatever stimulation thing was bad enough, and I have twitches anyway, and they're very unpleasant. I have them all the time. So every time they jerk the muscle in this arm, I'd get a twitch over here or somewhere else, and it was driving me crazy. But that was really quite unpleasant, especially on certain parts that they really, it really jerked my wrist back, which I have problems, in the first place. So it was painful, and that was bad enough. They did on both hands. And they did the needle part, which, to those people who told me that the test didn't hurt or anything, munch. Just like I said on my Twitter, if anybody watches, munch. Which is my version of go duck yourself. Okay? Me and Mom used to say that. But munch. Okay? Yeah. That hurt, And apparently I have a high pain tolerance. I always thought I had a low pain tolerance, I'll feel pain real quick and I'll whine about it, but apparently I can take a lot of it. Because I did, and the doctor's so funny. She's this little Asian lady, and I can't half understand her half the time. And but she's really nice and everything. She told me I had to keep checking and make sure you hadn't passed out. I didn't pass out, So I took my stuffed frog with me, Francesca, my favorite one. She's this big bean bag frog with these big purple eyes and a big bow, and I'll put her on the video after. She's out there, so I'll redo her after. I had her there with me for more support because I had to go by myself. I crammed her into my backpack, and then when I get there, I'm carrying this big stuffed frog, and I look like a freak, which is alright. I love my stuffed animals. So, I love my frogs. So, Francesca was there, and I squeezed the hell out of her. And so I kind of channeled it into there. And so, when there were certain parts of the needles that were really bad, but they did them like in my hand, my forearm. I forget if they did it up high. I don't think they did it up. They did the muscle stimulation up higher, but I don't think they did the needle part down there. But they did a spot right here that was really painful. There was one right here, which, I don't know if you can see, but the bruise ain't too bad, isn't? But there's a few other spots that you really can't see anymore. Kitty scratch, and I still got all the marks from the test and everything, because she had to measure and stuff. But I have this honker. That sucks. That really freaking hurts. Really, really hurts. But yeah, that one hurt the most. That and this one on the hand. And then she did one in the back of my neck too. And for all that, the tests were negative. Now my darling best friend said that both of her tests were negative, but she still had it. So I'm not really sure how this works, but I have to see the doctor Monday morning anyway for the follow-up. So we'll talk that out, because I went the problems with the carpal tunnel or cubital tunnel and tendonitis and stuff too. So there's definitely something wrong with my wrists and stuff, so we need to figure out what that is. And so I'll go then, and then when I go for that, I'll check back to the library and see my picture up, and I'll take the picture then, or video, or whatever. And anyway, when I got home, I just laid down, and I finally fell asleep, and every time I got up, we go back to bed, and I ate a little, went back to bed after dinner, and I finally got out of bed around 7. I wanted to go back to bed. I wanted to go back to bed, but I didn't. I got up. And then I built a little my puzzle, which I just couldn't get into. And then I started on this painting because I still couldn't finish my other one. So, yeah. So that's where I am now. Bespeckled with paint, and tired as hell, and very sore and sensitive, and it's like right in the spot where I lean on the table. Oh, I'm frustrated, and I'm tired. I'm not quite as grumpy now that I made this. It's, not beautiful or anything, but that'll be in a separate video once I finally get it processed and everything. So, you can only see my camera prop. It's different every time, it's always funky. This time it's my big bottle of spray adhesive with a little snack jar with dried fruit on top, and then the camera's on top of that. You gotta rig things. Can we actually see that? Can we see what we're on here? I don't know if that will work, but... So anyway, okay, I guess that's it, because we're probably going over, but that's enough for now. So I will get caught up and get the other videos up too, because I haven't done those yet. So if these come on out of order, I'm sorry. Okay? Next time. Bye bye. So here's Francesca, my dirty old beat up favorite frog. I have lots of frogs. Francesca's my favorite, and all my frogs have F names, just so you know. But yes, so she's good. You can hear it. She's a beanie frog. With her little purple eyes. And her little funky bow. She's a curly frog. She's just the perfect hopping size. She gets me through a lot. She got me through my surgery when I had my operation, my septoplasty. I fixed my nose. I had a deviated septum that was causing a lot of problems, and so I brought Francesca with me. And they tried taking her away, wheel me away, and I wouldn't let go. Had death grip, so they told them to let me keep her until I passed out, and that was the last thing I heard, to pass out. But when I woke up, they had it next to me, so my frog. Puppy, but I just wanted to introduce you to Francesca. This Angela, there's Francesca that I was telling you about, but it's not a picture, so say bye, Francesca.